I find I'm scared to feel it all in Massachusetts. Living so long in a daze, holding on too tight to the sanity I'm losing. Really ought to find a better way. Oh, if you know, there ain't a limit to the pain. Oh, if you know, it ain't an easy thing to say. Seems the ghosts of trauma past have come to haunt me. I walk blindly through the haze, holding on too tight to the sanity I'm losing. Really ought to find a better way. Oh, if you know, there ain't a limit to the pain. Oh, if you know, it ain't an easy thing to say. The truth is that you see, the truth is that the truth is that I'm tired of feeling this way, and it's coming to the point of making change. I find I'm scared to feel it all in Massachusetts. Living so long in a day, holding on too tight to the sanity I'm losing. Really ought to find a better way. Oh, if you know, there ain't a limit to the pain. You know, it ain't an easy thing to say.
Hi, I'm Monica Mansfield, and you're watching Mostly Rock and Roll. I have the intense delight to be joined with our swamp bard, Jay Rees. Jay, thank you so much for being here with us. It's amazing to be able to, in COVID, safely be able to film a TV show and have it be you, my dear friend. Jay lives in Louisiana and happens to be in Massachusetts for a little bit. Tell us about why you are here and why we get to enjoy your beautiful music.
Took a writing retreat. Thank you for having me, first off. Very happy to be here. Thank you for doing this. Thank you for hosting me as well. Came up here for a writing retreat to clear my head, experiencing a bit of a transitional time in my life and needed some space from the lovely but suffocating South.
So what is the term you use to describe your persona as a musician?
I'm a queer Southern swamp bard. And what that means is exactly what it sounds like. I'm queer in the fact that I don't fit most categories, Southern in the fact that I'm very Cajun, and swamp bard, I live in a place that's surrounded by swamps and have learned to just write down the stories around me in a way that translates into these songs.
I tend to the bar downtown and I see every kind. The ones I carry with me, the ones who stay in mind, the Dragons bound in human form with wings trapped in their spine. They don't know what to do, and you can see it in their eyes. Welcome them with open arms to take a seat around the well. Listen to their stories and I map their paths through hell. When fire-breathing comet tail knows just how hard it is. The light within her eyes, it fades as she leans to fire in. She says, I need a 1-inch 5 Mississippi whiskey. Just need a little drop of fire in my gut. Swear lately it really feels like reality's out to get me. Just need a 1-inch 5 Mississippi whiskey. Some nights to watch them saunter in and settle down into the bar. Feel it in the air, there is a magic that's not far. Don't know how to tell them what I see inside their eyes. So I sing their demon soul to sleep and pour the ease on ice. Give them 1-inch 5 Mississippi whiskey. Give them just a drop of fire in the gut. 'Cause I know exactly how it feels when reality gets heavy. Give them 1-inch 5 Mississippi whiskey. 'Cause I don't know what to tell them. 1-inch 5 Mississippi, I don't know what to tell them, no. 1-inch 5 Mississippi, I don't know what to tell them, no. 1-inch 5 Mississippi, give them 1-inch 5 Mississippi whiskey.
How old were you when you first picked up a guitar?
When I first picked up a guitar, I was 8. My mom got angry at how much time me and my younger brothers were spending on our electronic devices, and so she cut the cords on our Nintendo system and canceled cable and put instruments in the house. And yeah, it was I picked it up little by little. I have come from a very musical family, and I always knew that I wanted to be a rock star, but I didn't really know what that path would entail. My uncles and cousins were formative in me picking up the guitar at first. A lot of guitarists in my family, and I had grown up watching them perform and play, and so it's in my blood for sure.
Outstanding. Well, I've been incredibly impressed by multiple layers and levels about your music, but one of the things that I've told you, as compared to the many musicians that I know, is just the level of quick inspiration you get that translates into a prolific amount of songwriting. And it's not that one gift is better than another in terms of if someone does this versus this in the music world, but what a gift you have to hear a phrase, turn a phrase, and you in 15, 20 minutes you have a whole song, which I've never seen a process like that. What does that feel like inside your head? Is it like a zap, or how do you know that a whole song has arrived to you?
I don't know if it's so much like a process as it is just something that happens that I think I just tune into. I think I'm just like a little transmitter for whatever comes out. So there is no process. It's just being in the right place at the right time and the right state of mind.
Saw a cat this afternoon who had met a skunk full throttle. The molecules weren't just so bad to rule the atmosphere. Her eyes, they cried her refill size on all these empty bottles. Yeah, you're gonna need a soul spritz to help you disappear. Ooh, these lads make a lot of mistakes. 100-something pounds, tries to mount in ways unwanted, by the bridge into the head, for the seagull young lad. As they cry to refill size on all these empty bottles, you're gonna need a soul spritz to help you disappear. Ooh, these lads make a lot of mistakes. I keep thinking, we smell it in the air. I keep sinking, trying to disappear. I keep thinking, getting out of here. I keep sinking here. On the left, her futile head, stop a chain reaction. On the right, promised land, the winnings of this game. Or as they cry to refill size on all these empty bottles, yeah, you're gonna need a soul spritz to help you disappear. Ooh. Oh, these young lads make a lot of mistakes. Oh, these young lads make a lot of mistakes. Oh, these young lads for battle. Oh, these young lads make a lot of mistakes.
Well, we got a great joy out of one of the first days you were at our house. I came home from work, and I told you a story about, first there was a cat that got skunked, and secondly there was a young Great Dane that mounted another Great Dane that wasn't too happy about it and got bitten on the back of the neck. So within half hour you would turn that into this verse 1, verse 2,
Yeah,
young
soul spritz.
soul spritz that you played today. And yeah, young lads make a lot of mistakes.
They do, man. Like it wrote itself at that point. Like, and that's what I mean when I say, like, I've found a way to be the bard and tell stories through song, is that, like, none of this is my material. Mm-hmm. They're my songs, but, like, it's what's happening around me. Mm-hmm. All I'm doing is going, oh,
you're the pencil.
Okay. And
does
like,
that fit? Or, I mean, I don't want to put words in your mouth, but do you feel like you're the recorder?
Yeah. So like I'm a human tape recorder mm-hmm. for occurrences and stories, and a lot of the time it's stuff that, like, we're not comfortable with hearing too. Like, a lot of it's like the heavy stuff, mm-hmm. but it's presented in a way that it's not so heavy when it's put to mm-hmm. music, because music is medicine.
Got a queen out in Magnolia reading me the cards. I'm standing at this crossroad, wishing on these stars. Not sure where I'm going, but so far from where I've been. Reaching out these shaking hands, learning to trust again. I feel the winds of change calling out my name, calling out my name. And I see the light shining down between the rain. This hurricane, it calls my name. These winds of change, these winds of change. To the devil you'll keep walking, keep going before your God. Take a chance on wishful thinking, learn how to tie the knot on the magic that you want, on the mystic of what is, on all these puzzled pieces of the power that's within. I feel the winds of change calling out my name, calling out my name. And I see the light shining down between the rain. This hurricane, it calls my name. These winds of change, these winds of change. The reader is telling me, believe it and it will be. Trusting you will see. Believe it and it will be. I feel the winds of change calling out my name, calling out my name. And I see the light shining down between the rain. This hurricane, it calls my name. These winds of change, these winds of change.
Tell us about the musicians that you love working with in Louisiana. They're all characters.
Yeah, I am so incredibly cosmically lucky, blessed, whatever you want to call it, to know some of the finest and wildest musicians and performers. Two in particular, Mr. Wade Hemel on drums and backing vocals on Free Fall, and Ryan Church is my other go-to lead guitar wizard, or warlock, I should say. They are also in a band together, just released some music. Look up Incubators if you haven't. And also need to mention Charles Miller, our audio engineer. He was the one helping us track everything in our studio space, and then TJ Barron's is the mixing and the mastering on these tracks. So the creative team that's been working with me, really, honestly, they're the reason that it was able to manifest as easily as it was and in the way that it has, and I'm looking forward to it. So yeah.
It's on its way out into the world, and depending on when we get this program out into the world and where you are with when your album comes out, we will help promote that through this show, but
Thank
also where can people plug into you online? Tell me about all the resources that you have online.
Right now, it's mainly my Facebook account, J Rees Official, and then my Instagram account. Those two I'm pretty consistent with posting about. I will have a finished website hopefully at that point too, and Spotify. All the music that I'm going to be releasing that we've made will be uploaded to Spotify, Apple Music. It'll be on all your streaming.
You are, as you say, a creative. And is it a different part of your brain do you feel it's using for the written word versus the music world versus the painting that you do? Where does that come from, and what does that fulfill in you?
I think it's all the same essence, and it's the only time that my brain shuts up and gets out my way. When I'm creating, that's the only time I'm really happy with being a human. Like that's it. That's the moment. That's the flow state. That's what it's about for me. Everything else, it's kind of just the in-between until I can get that next. Like, okay, what are we doing? We're doing this. Okay.
Yeah.
Like we're making this. We're creating this. We're manifesting this. Like that, the act of painting, the act of writing, the act of making music, it's medicine for me to calm my chaos.
Yeah.
So.
Well, you also have so many gifts with humans and animals, and for instance, this dog Maggie is new to our household is, kind of that word trauma kid, has been in a couple homes, but she's putty in your hands, and all the animals in our house are complete best pals with you and love you.
I think it's just because I bribe them with food.
Well, maybe. But I think your humanity is a beautiful gift, and you're always thinking of others, and how you can, where your eye is, how you can help humanity. And that's, as gifted as you are creatively, I find that to be just one of the most beautiful gifts about you, is that you're thinking of other people and how we can affect them for good. And I deeply am inspired and appreciate that within you.
Thank you.
Nothing's gonna change until I do. Things will just remain the same. Nothing's gonna move until I move. Try my best to play the game. Wanna end up something beautiful. Wanna make me something beautiful. Oh, oh, oh. Oh, oh, oh. Visions of my dreams, they haunt me. Something so close out of reach. It's never as it seems, come what may be. Will I be taught or will I teach? Wanna end up something beautiful. Wanna make me something beautiful. Oh, oh, oh. Oh, oh, oh. It's okay to fall apart. Hope to catch you. See how this heart bears alive. Take your broken heart deep inside you. Oh, oh, oh. Oh, oh,
In your journey up north here, this is your first trip above where? North Carolina or South Carolina? Like, you've never been to the Northeast ever.
This is as far north as I've ever been.
What have been the surprises? What have been, like, you totally didn't expect your eyes to catch something a certain way?
Y'all have a lot of snow.
And what did you think of Salem, and what did you think of Cape Cod, seeing these places your eyes just don't see in Louisiana?
Massachusetts is beautiful. It's the scenery up here is, I've seen like movies and pictures and stuff, but like the cold air here cuts you to the bone, but in a way that like you're like, oh, I feel alive. Salem was amazing. Got a cool tattoo at the Sacred Harp tattoo shop. Shout
Can
out.
we see it?
Yeah, it's a dagger. So did a get what you get special. You pay $100, you roll a 100-sided die, and this was my tattoo I got.
Which had significance for
yes,
you.
it does.
Yes.
Before I came up here, the image of the swords and the tarot was following me and still seems to be following me. So.
And your strength.
Yes, it's about just forging your mind essentially into a weapon that can be utilized to create change, lasting change. So.
Seems this hallowed path is led to Salem. Find 'em walking in my sleep, wondering just where I'm supposed to wander. Now I find 'em talking to the trees. Oh, oh, this is heaven, let me sleep. Don't you know, feels like hell resides in me. Let it go, let these eyes cry, let them weep. Let it out, let the pain crawl out of me. I'm wondering, seems the ghosts of trauma past have come to haunt me. My reflection ain't looking like me, wondering just where I'm supposed to wander. Now I find them talking to the trees. Oh, oh, this is heaven, let me sleep. Don't you know, feels like hell resides in me. Let it go, let these eyes cry, let them weep. Let it out, let the pain crawl out of me. I'm wondering, wondering.
Jay, if you could talk to a person who's maybe 10 years behind you in their music journey, and maybe in their journey of maybe feeling like they're not like everybody else, what would you say as signs of hope and words of strength for them?
Look inside for whatever you need. Don't seek it externally, because you'll never find it. If you depend on the external world to validate you and tell you who you are, you'll end up miserable or dead, to be quite honest with you. You have what you seek. Just tune in. And don't waste time. Don't waste time on things that waste your time. Don't waste time on anything that makes you feel less than. Like I said, I'm a recovering alcoholic, and I wasted a significant amount of my time on this floating rock ball on booze. So if I can save anybody the trouble, just quit the poison now, get your shit together, pardon me, and just do it, like, do the work. Chop the wood, carry the water. Lily Lewis told me that. Shout out, that's another one. If you want a good soul singer from New Orleans, check out Lily Lewis. But, like, I guess I'm just regurgitating everything that I've been told and taught and learned up to this point. But for real, like, learn to validate yourself, learn to be okay with being alone, because it's going to be lonely. But when you do that, you free yourself. So it's the greatest gift you can give yourself, is tuning in and looking inward. So.
That's great. Well, Jay, we cannot thank you enough. I'm just delighted to have shared space with you and to finally have you in our studio here. We'll be watching your rising career. We know that there will be big stages with bright lights, and when COVID lifts and lots of people can come see you, we know that will be happening. I can't wait to hear your finished album. We will be promoting that from here as best we can, and we love you.
I love y'all too. Thank you. Thank you for everything.